Hello, welcome back to our Cincinnati warehouse showroom. I'm Palmer, Marketing and Creative Director here at Everything But the House. We have a great auction to share with you today from Peekskill, New York, just outside of New York City, where fashion and textile designer Mialana Boutte DeSoleil has decided to downsize her family's collection, making more space to continue creating her own textiles and art. A significant portion of Mia's collection comes from her Nana and her Papa, who were both executive chefs in Los Angeles, as well as formidable collectors of fine decor and home accents. Mia attributes her fashion talent and her eye for curation to weekends spent shopping and appreciating crystal, china, and art with her Nana. Her Nana was extremely fashionable, and the auction includes an extensive designer hat collection created by the celebrated milliner Jack Mcconnell. Mia has turned those early inspirational trips into a career. She's an award-winning textile artist and a fashion designer with couture boutiques on Park Avenue and Fifth Avenue. We are very excited that this collection is going to be featured in our upcoming TV series. This Sunday, we're going to be here live again, and you'll have the chance to be on the show while bidding on items featured in the collection on our new site, live.ebth.com. Be sure to chat tonight your comments and your questions and let us know if there's a specific piece that you want to hear a little bit more about. We'll do our best to fit it into the lineup as we go through a few things that have already come in. So I think we're about ready to get started. You guys want to get rolling? Kara, you want to jump into the vintage hat collection? I'm pretty excited to see what you got.
Absolutely. So Palmer, this is quite an incredible discovery in Mia's estate. You can see we have a whole array of different hats here. Many of them are by the designer you mentioned, Jack Mcconnell. Yep. Who was one of the top hat designers of the mid-20th century. He was actually considered the king of millinery. And he made hats for Hollywood stars and celebrities.
So what celebrities?
For example, Joan Crawford and Lana Turner. His hats were also featured in the finest couture fashion shows throughout the United States. Where would somebody wear that? What kind of occasion does this hat was it used for back then? Yeah, so these are fancy Sunday hats. They would have been worn to church in the mid-20th century. But these ones by Jack Mcconnell are very, very coveted and rare.
So I see a lot of feathers kind of coming out throughout. It seems like a theme that he used a lot.
Yeah,
what's going on there?
Let me grab one for you to show an example. Yeah. He is known for incorporating feathers a lot in his hats to add a lot of texture, and he has a lot of frivolous character to his hats. But what's really important about a lot of the hats in this collection is that if you look on the inside and you see this label, it says styled by Jack Mcconnell, and behind that label you're going to have a single red feather. And what those things mean is that this hat was designed by him himself, not his team, but just by him, and they're one-of-a-kind hats, and they're handmade by him. There are other hats that will have a label that say Jack Mcconnell Boutique, and those don't have the red feather.
Right.
What that means, it was a collaboration with his team, and they were actually made in quantity.
So I assume, like red feather, he had a hand in it. Adds value?
Oh, absolutely. After he died, the ownership of his label changed, and his hats became mass produced. Right. So the days of the red feather are over.
Vintage, coveted, kind of handmade by him are super special.
Absolutely.
Nice. So what are your favorite hats in the collection? Which ones do you want to talk about?
Well, I grabbed this one because it was my favorite.
Should have known. I should have known.
I mean, I just love that the feathers are multicolored, and the tentacles add so much extra character. It really stands out for me.
It's pretty wild.
It's really, really frivolous from the others in the collection. But another one that I think is really great, if you want to grab the fuchsia one.
Sure.
And I like that one because you can see it has this beautiful cascade of fuchsia feathers and these rhinestone accents throughout. You can imagine, and it does have the red feather as well, you can imagine how that beautifully falls against someone's face and complements their face shape and their hairstyle. But these hats are not only great because they all have so much personality, but they're part of history. There's a long history of wearing fancy church hats. But Mia's Nana wore these hats, and she was actually known among her friends as a fancy hat lady. But you can just imagine her getting ready for church in the morning and getting dressed and then making that big decision. Which hat is it going to be today?
How am I feeling today?
What kind of statement do I want to make? Because they absolutely do make a statement.
Absolutely. These certainly do make a statement. Here, I'll take that and put that back up for you.
Sure.
Well, these hats definitely make a statement, but there's also some bold decor to look at in the collection as well, specifically this Chinese vase, which I believe is, let's see what we got here, guys. Currently at $175 with 27 bids, and Jen's going to come on. She's going to talk to us about this vase.
Well, it's easy to see why this is a well-followed item. The vase is impressive in size.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is the fact that not only is it, it's a very large vase, but it's elegant at the same time. It has this arabesque design with the roses in high relief around the whole circumference of the vase. It's Chinese, it's 20th century, and I believe it was purchased at Gump's.
Oh, okay. Well, Celadon, does that refer to the color, or what is that?
Yes, it refers to the glaze, and
Okay.
this kind of soft sage green glaze was
beautiful.
very desirable to the Chinese because it resembles jade,
Yeah.
which is very important in the Chinese culture. So this glaze was actually, it's been around for a long time.
It feels like it could be fresh today, too.
Right, exactly. But the Chinese really, this glaze was very much made popular during the Song Dynasty in the 10th and 11th century.
Cool.
So it is stamped to the bottom, although you're just going to have to take my
I'm not
word
picking
for
it
it.
up.
It's a big heavy vase.
So purchase at Gump's. We've talked about that a couple times with these trips. So tell us a little bit about Gump's.
Yes, Mia would have purchased this probably on one of her trips with her Nana, and it would have been a special outing. Gump's was a destination shop. They specialized in high-end luxury items, tableware, decor, gifts, jewelry, that sort of thing. So this was a special purchase.
Sure, an institution
on a special
in San
shopping
Francisco,
trip,
right?
and an
Yeah.
institution in San Francisco
on.
on Post Street, exactly.
Nice.
So
So I think there's a couple more pieces from their Asian collection, because I think they had a lot of those. That Canton bowl. There you go.
yeah, let's bring
What do we
this
got?
out and show off this bowl as well. So this is the Rose Canton bowl. It is porcelain ware, but it's decorated in Hong Kong. It's called Rose Canton. That refers to the pattern. You're going to see this beautiful hand-decorated pattern with the peonies and the moths. What I like about this bowl, and it stands out a little bit from like the usual bowl, is just its shape.
Yeah.
Usually you see them and they're round. This one has the cantered edges and this nice notched detailing on the edge. It's got the gold gilt decoration around the rim. And it is stamped to the bottom, Japanese porcelain ware, decorated in Hong Kong.
So made in Japan and then decorated in Hong Kong. What's that about? That seems interesting.
This type of ware the demand for it was so high. It really hit its heyday at the turn of the last century, or mid-century, 20th century. And they couldn't keep up with the production.
Okay.
So they had the Japanese porcelain ware shipped in, and then they decorated it for export ware.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So I think this is actually one of the more followed pieces in the sale. So it looks like there's already quite a bit of interest in it. Remember, guys, chat any questions that you have on any pieces that you'd like to hear about as we go on. And I think we're going to switch gears again. There's so much fashion in this sale, and specifically, these things have been kind of right behind me the whole time, demanding some attention and are ready to be talked about. Kara, Meredith, you guys want to come on and tell us a little bit about the couture?
Absolutely. So Mia's fashion line is called Nola Elan, and these are some of the exceptional examples of couture in her line that she's designed. She's shown at New York Fashion Week. She was actually the recipient of the High Arts Award at the Venice Biennale, which is quite an honor. But her fashion line has a lot of New Orleans influence, and overall, as you can see, a lot of sparkle and shine. It's bespoke couture. All of her pieces are hand-stitched and customized.
What I love about Mia's line is how each piece has so much presence. It's haute couture. Every piece is so unique that you feel like you're truly wearing a work of art.
Absolutely. I mean, these are the types of dresses that when you put them on, you're going to be turning some heads in the room.
So we've highlighted a few examples here on the mannequins and you can see that Mia's line includes several different styles to highlight different body types. There's the strapless, this one's sleeveless, and then you have the halter style over here. This sleeveless style is called La Contessa, and it features several triple sewn paillettes in both platinum and ebony in varying patterns throughout the gown. It's a great example of Art Deco architecture.
Absolutely, with a Vase.
And it has these amazing side cutouts and high slits to either side. And what I love the most about this piece is that the skirt is covered in these almost fringe-like paillettes that just catch so much light and movement when it's worn. In addition to the floor-length silhouettes, we also, Mia's line also includes some shorter styles that are mini dresses, but they could also double as a top with a great pair of denim if you're feeling modest. You can see the same example is true in the way that she's applied.
Yeah, a lot of the same themes going on here.
Right,
Yeah,
and you've got the fringe movement again and the iridescence, which really captures the light. One of our favorite shorter styles is over here.
Yeah, so we'll talk about this one. This is called the Socialite, and I love that name because, you know, it's a little black cocktail dress, and it looks like something you're going to wear when you're going to go out and just have fun. I think it's particularly stunning because of how these paillettes, you can see, are fanned out in this very architectonal way. And, you know, a lot of her designs are very sculptural and textural, but for me, this dress really comes alive when it's worn. You can imagine that play of lights that moves across it as you move, and all these undulations. And it's just, for me, it would become like a moving work of art in a sense.
It would be so fun to wear.
Absolutely. You would look great in it.
Thank you. I might be bidding. Another one of my favorites is this one. It's called the Blue Caviar, and the reason that I love this one so much is that it's because it's constructed with vegan leather, which is a great example of the sustainable fashion movement. This one, just like the others, has this great pattern and movement that just gets your eye to move across the piece in the way that this is detailed. It also is accentuated with these raised blue pieces that are just strategically placed throughout, and I think that's the reason why this one's called Blue Caviar. Mm-hmm. I love how versatile it is. You could wear it to a black tie event or even an art gallery opening. I just think that this one is so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, I love her work because each one has so much personality. You can see, you know, they're all very textural and sculptural, like the Jack Mcconnell hats. You can see how she was influenced by her Nana's sense of style. But really, Mia's personality, I feel like, comes out in these pieces as well, which makes them extra special.
All right, so before you guys scurry off, it looks like we got a question from Krista. She's looking to understand a little bit about the sizing and kind of are they all the same size?
Actually, no. So all of them are custom made. So if you want to look at the sizing, look at the, you know, the bust size, the waist size, and the length. That'll help get you a better, more accurate idea.
And all of that is listed in the item details under each piece. So you got, and then by all means, if anybody has any questions about specific pieces and needs any more information, Krista, don't hesitate to reach out to, you know, chat us directly on here. Or hit our customer service line, and they'll make sure they get you whatever answers they can get you. Awesome. Impressive, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, Mia's talent really shines through in these pieces.
Absolutely.
And I mean, the textiles and the materials all coming together, it's pretty cool. So we have a lot of her couture pieces, but we also have a few vintage pieces in the collection, specifically this bold number from our favorite friends in Italy.
Yes, I love showcasing these three vintage Gucci pieces. They are, they're fantastic. They're so luxurious. They're in this Gucci pattern, which is this burnout velvet, and it is fun to say, and it has the double G logo, which is, you know, kind of iconic for Gucci. So what I love about these three pieces is you can dress them up, you can dress them down, you can do whatever you want with them. But what we have here today is we have a menswear inspired blouse with this, and I hope you can see this, with this French cuff detailing, and you can, you know, button it up for a different look or unbutton it. It has a hidden button placket all the way down the front. So we have the blouse. We have, again, menswear inspired, a nice wide scarf in the same pattern, in the same burnout velvet. And then Palmer, I know these are your favorite, the loafers. We love these loafers.
I want to wear them with a tux.
Yes, they're really fun. So anyway, the pattern again in all over in the loafers. And
so we mentioned vintage. What era do we think, or do we know these are from?
well, we see the red velvet and this pattern on the runways in the late 1990s, which makes sense. I mean, that was kind of the Tom Ford era when he was the creative director at Gucci. So, I mean, these are a wardrobe staple for anyone who's not only a Gucci fan but a Tom Ford fan.
Yeah.
They're in great condition. They're supremely wearable, and
they're picking up some traction. I think the blouse is currently at 210
That's
and has
fantastic.
A fair amount of bids going on it. So people are definitely
Excellent.
taking notice. It's hard to miss them, I think, on the page. So I love the influence that Mia's Nana and Papa had on her development as a designer and as an artist. So it's an incredible range from a very, very talented individual. I'm going to, we're getting close to the R number here, so I'm going to ask, any last questions, any more chats, anything that anybody wants to hear about online. And then while we do that, let's see here. I think we got something about some of the most followed. I think one of the McConnell hats is like the most followed item in the site. So which one is it?
It's this one.
Oh, nice.
This is what I love about Jack McConnell. They're all so different. I mean, it really was an art form for him to make these hats. This one does have the red feather and that label.
Yeah,
Jack,
so it's legitimately touched by his hand.
Absolutely.
Right
So,
on.
yep.
And 17 bids on that. This sale closes on Sunday, guys, so 4 days left. There's plenty of time to get in and check everything out. Anything else coming in? All right, well, we hope you had the chance to check out the cool new ending item feature that we're working on, live.ebth.com. That's the perfect place to find the real-time feed of all the items ending for the day and everything that you're currently following in one convenient location. Okay, wait, we got a few more things. I almost forgot that some stuff jumped in. What do we got, Jen?
Palmer, we had a question about this great dress. It's a Harajuku dress, actually. Let me show the front of it. And actually, one of the questions was, can you see the face? That's done in all sequins. Is it on the front and on the back? And
No, right on.
absolutely it is.
It's kind of a mirrored image. That's very cool.
Oh, here, let me spread it out a little bit better. Yeah, really
Whether
fun,
you're coming
really
or
fun
going.
little sleeveless dress that looks like it's both comfortable and really fun to wear.
Yeah, that would be a splash for sure.
Yeah.
And then one more thing, too.
We had a question
Meredith's
about the
coming in
size.
with a very large pair.
It is a rare pair indeed. We had a question about the size of the pair, so I just thought that we could show
It's
for
that
scale.
big. It's quite large. All right.
It's amazing.
Hopefully that helps. That's very cool. That'd be a fun little standout piece in the living room.
For sure.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. And looks like something again online Gucci purse, and they're looking for some. They want us to pull that down, or is that not up here? Let's grab the Gucci purse, guys. Anybody?
Here we go.
Yep. There we go. Is there more than one? I feel like there might be more than one in the sale. We have this piece in particular. If you want to, can you pull up some information on that for me so I can show it? And I'll kind of just open it up and allow you to see a little bit of the detail in the stitching, in the clasp and stuff. So zipper pocket on the inside, and you see the Gucci stamp on the leather there, the Gucci stamp on the leather and the label. In pretty good shape, pretty clean, and definitely a nice vintage piece. The bottom, which I know this part gets damaged a lot, and this is in great condition, and just this nice kind of key style clasp, still in good shape. So the handles are great. Everything looks pretty nice here. And this is the Bordeaux bag in pink, and it's got the nude leather trim and the piston lock we just talked about, and is currently at $185 with 9 bids on it. So. You guys can jump in there, and it's there. Thank you, Jen. Anything else coming in? All right. Well, thanks, guys. So tonight was the first night that we added that live video feature to our platform, and we're going to continue to be working on that platform and upgrading it as we go. And it's this great new way for us to kind of bring this kind of content to you guys and allow you to see what's going on real time. So we're excited to say that we will be back live from the showroom on Sunday night while Mia's auction is closing, and we're going to be there to help kind of guide you guys through the action. So let us know, like between now and then, if you guys have any questions, if there's anything from the collection that we didn't talk about that you want to know a little more about. Chat us on Facebook, send us a message, and we'll be our best to bring those pieces to the foreground on Sunday night and share more about them and give you a chance to get a little more information before that final bid happens. So this is your chance Sunday night also, so don't forget this is super important. This is your chance to be featured on the upcoming TV series. There's a little feature now on that live.ebth.com site, video capture feature. It's a toggle in the upper right corner. You turn that on and you'll have a chance to be on the show. And so with so much of her collection focused on fashion, maybe wear your favorite hat or your Sunday best and make sure you stand out from the crowd, because the producers will be looking through that video footage and trying to pick and choose who might be get to feature on the show. So until then, you guys, we'll see you Sunday night. Keep living the uncommon life, and happy bidding. Thank you.